I don't know if it's just me, but did anybody else feel like the NFL season just kind of flew right on by? Nevertheless, it's the best time of the year, the NFL playoffs, one of the best tournaments in sports. No, it's not like the NBA where we already know who the champion is going to be. We have to wait 2 or 3 months of meaningless 7-game series amongst the scrubs to figure out who's going all the way. No, in the NFL, any season could be any team's year. The interesting thing about the NFL is the best team doesn't always win. It's a one and done type of tournament, one of the best style tournaments in pro sports because anybody has a chance. The favorite doesn't always win the championship. We've seen underdog teams like Eli Manning on both his championship runs win the Super Bowl coming from the wild card. We also saw just as recent as last year, Nick Foles, a backup quarterback, lead his team to the Super Bowl and become Super Bowl MVP. So you never know what can happen. Craziness awaits at every round, and that's the best part about it, guys. So in this video, we're going to break down the matchups from all 4 games of wild card weekend on the AFC side and the NFC side. We're starting right now. What up, dude? What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Duncan here with the Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk. This is the channel where I might not tell you what you want to hear, but I'm definitely going to tell you what you need to hear. And on this channel, I get recap and analysis of the NFL, in particular, the NFC South Division. So if you want to see more videos about the Bucks, Panthers, Saints, or the Falcons, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button below and give the video a thumbs up. So the first matchup we're going to break down is the Indianapolis Colts versus the Houston Texans. So the way NFL schedule is set up, of course, with division games, typically we get these 3-peat matchups in the playoffs every now and then. And with these AFC South foes, the Colts and the Texans, this will be a third time playing. During the regular season, they split those games. Each game was won by the road team, and each game was won by a field goal. Both these teams have been pretty hot this season, especially after starting slow to start the year. However, the Colts have won 4 games in a row, including a primetime matchup against the Tennessee Titans last Sunday night. So it's easy to say that the Colts have been in a win-and-go-home playoff mentality for the past month and some change anyway. So I like these type of teams coming into the playoffs sometimes, especially coming from the wild card. We know the Texans defense touts all the star power and big names with the Honey Badger, J.J. Watt, and the former first overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. However, the story of this season has been the Indianapolis Colts defense. This team has made some big strides defensively and turned this thing around from taking something that was once known as a weakness and turning it into a strength. And the biggest reason for this turnaround is rookie linebacker Darius Leonard, who is probably the defensive rookie of the year, if not defensive player of the year also. And he has been a force. He has filled up the stat sheet. He's led the league in tackles. He's had an outstanding year, especially for a rookie. But the thing about it is, offensively, the Colts have made strides and changed the offense. They got quick passes getting the ball out of Andrew Luck's hands. They've run the ball to make sure he doesn't do the heavy lifting and have to get hit. And they've drafted well up front to get him some protection to make sure he's not taking a beating. And to me, that'll be the biggest difference. The ability for the Colts to be balanced and well-rounded with their defense, running game, and a steady quarterback in Andrew Luck who has experience, especially in the playoffs, and even had a chance to take his team to the AFC Championship. However, there's been a different turnover in some of this roster for the Colts, but I like the momentum that they have coming into this game, even though they'll be on the road against the Texans. I think that they'll be able to slow down Deshaun Watson enough, and it'll be another close game in this matchup, but I got the Colts winning by a field goal. Moving on to the next wild card game, it's another regular season rematch between the LA Chargers and the Baltimore Ravens. But the difference here is this game was not played early in the year like some of these other matchups. This game was played just a couple weeks ago when we saw the Ravens beat the LA Chargers. The Ravens have also been in the playoff mode. They won a division, of course, so they will be at home. Right now, they are favorites in Vegas. Lamar Jackson has been outstanding. Say what you want about his ability to throw the ball, but they have tailored their offense to suit his strengths, and it's worked out tremendously. This team has led the league in rushing ever since Lamar Jackson has been under center, and it's not even close between them and the second-place team. However, the Chargers have locked up their playoff position. Had they not been in the same division as the Kansas City Chiefs, they may have a little bit higher ranking and maybe even had a first-round bye going into the playoffs. However, they have to play their hand that they're dealt. They did make some adjustments in the second half versus the Ravens the last time they played them, even though they lost. And with Hunter Henry coming back at tight end and Melvin Gordon being back in the backfield with Phillip Rivers making a late push for a Super Bowl later in his career, I like the Chargers to get this win in this matchup. It's hard to beat a team twice, but I don't think it will happen this time. I got the Chargers winning the close one also. The next wildcard matchup we're going to get into is the Seahawks and the Cowboys. These teams also face each other, so this will be a rematch. However, both these teams are in different places overall, and this game will be located in a different place. First matchup was played at CenturyLink Field, of course, in front of the 12th man, and the Seahawks really didn't have an identity back then either. They were still trying to figure themselves out, just like the Cowboys were back then. Since then, the Seahawks have turned into one of the best running teams in the NFL. They've gotten back to the identity of what made them great in their championship runs with the Legion of Boom, running the ball, playing pretty sound defense, giving Russel Wilson a chance at the end of the game to make plays. The crazy part is I can't really think of any other thing that they do well except run the football and let Russell Wilson keep it close, or do he have to do it at the end and make a play? I'm not exactly sure what their identity is, but Russell Wilson has the experience in the playoffs to make any team that he's on a threat to go all the way. As for the Cowboys, back then, if you remember, the offense was stuck in mud. Teams were crowding the box to stop Ezekiel Elliott because they weren't afraid of Dak Prescott throwing to anybody on the outside. They since acquired Amari Cooper for that first-round pick, and it's opened up the playbook and opened up the offense tremendously. They turned that thing around and ended up winning the division. It's plain to see that these guys still want to give Ezekiel Elliott the football as many times as possible, and that's proven to be the formula. They've played some bad games on the road, getting shut out by the Colts, but they've also played some great games where the team looked balanced. Amari Cooper has gone off. Dak Prescott has been steady, and Ezekiel Elliott has been good, i.e. the Eagles game. So which Cowboys team will we get? I'm not sure, but they will be at home. That's why I like them in the close game also. But last time we saw the Cowboys in the playoffs, Aaron Rodgers broke their hearts with that bomb and then a kick by Mason Crosby. So I think the Cowboys will be looking to get their team a big-time win in Jerry World. I have the Cowboys winning by 3. So for probably the most intriguing matchup of the weekend is the Eagles at the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears have been the surprise team of the NFL this season. The crazy part is, the biggest surprise is they actually got Khalil Mack in the trade from the Raiders, and he's been the complete difference to take them from a great defense to an elite defense that can possibly carry this team to the championship. We all know the question mark is, will Mitchell Trubisky hold this team back from going to the championship? We've seen a Bears team in the past go to the championship with Rex Grossman. Times have changed, of course, but I think that the Bears defense is good enough to do that. In this matchup, they'll need to create some turnovers, of course, because the Eagles defense has been playing lights out. They have a ton of talent. Their front four is some monsters. So I expect them to get after Mitchell Trubisky, and I expect the Bears to get after Nick Foles. Nick Foles, can he kindle some magic? We've seen him go against a top-notch defense last year in the playoffs with the Vikings and shred them apart. So to say that he may be undermatched or outmatched with this team would be kind of disrespectful to a former Super Bowl MVP. However, I do think it will be the Bears front that makes a difference, because the Eagles' lack of running game and offensive line steadiness will not be able to contain guys like Khalil Mack, Hicks, and Leonard Floyd up front. And these guys have turned the ball over more than anybody in the league. I expect Eddie Jackson to make a statement in this game and be the difference in this game. I got the Bears creating a couple more turnovers than the Eagles. I got the Bears advancing to the next round. So I'll definitely keep keeping my eyes peeled for all 4 of these games. You guys make sure you hit the subscribe button below to get my reaction to all these games later on next week, and the breakdown of the divisional round next week, as the teams with the first round byes are chilling at home with their feet kicked up, waiting to see who they're going to play. But I'm Aaron Duncan here with the Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk, giving you the best coverage of the NFL in the NFC South. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you get a video a thumbs up. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.